What's up, guys? So I've been getting a lot of fan fictions lately sent to my Instagram, and I love all of them. And anyway, I just thought it'd be cool to share them with you guys. So I already asked the authors. They said, for sure, read them. They love it. So I'm going to, of course, tag them in the description so you guys can follow them on Instagram or TikTok, whatever. And yeah, I just thought these were kind of cool. So I don't read like aloud very often, so bear with me on this. But I just really wanted to share them with you guys. So this is an interaction between Darling and Raine, and it's kind of in between the Pine MIA, deciding to go get him kind of thing. So, here goes. Releasing a soft sigh, Professor Darling stared down the pile of classwork she still had to mark, a look of sadness in her eyes. Things just weren't the same without Professor Pine around, and she couldn't help but worry what had happened to him. They'd lost so many in the battle, and what if he was just another one of those people? Or what if he had gotten captured, which was far more likely, and was being held against his will someplace? They had no way of knowing, no leads on the case, no way to tell. It felt like the world was falling apart around her. Not that she had feelings for him or anything, they were just close friends. Or at least, that's what she tried to convince herself before his disappearance. Allowing herself to get lost in her thoughts, her worries rising, she didn't hear someone else enter the room. Professor Darling, Raine spoke, swiftly making his way towards her desk. It was late, and he'd become worried for Darling. She'd been working so hard since Pine's disappearance, he knew she was only doing it to busy herself. It was a way to quell her anxious thoughts and shield herself from going crazy over the matters at hand. He'd been there once himself. It was a dark place, especially when left alone. "You're still marking?" he questioned, pulling his chair over so he could sit beside her. Wood creaking as he sat, Raine offered a comforting smile. "I've a lot to mark, Professor Raine," Darling responds, trying her best to return the smile he'd given her. Now just didn't seem like the time to be happy, but she knew she couldn't let her emotions affect her professionalism. Picking up her quill she'd dropped while lost in thought, she turned her attention back towards the papers and began marking once more. Having Raine around as she marked was nice. They didn't need to chat with each other to find comfort. Each other's company was enough to remind them that things would turn out okay in the end of all of this. "Professor Raine," Darling murmurs, setting the quill down once more as she turned to face him. Her brows were knit together in confusion as she spoke up again. "Why did you come here?" "Because I was in your place once, left alone to worry," he responds, equally as soft as he leans forward to delicately rest his hand upon hers. "You don't have to be alone, darling. All of Hogwarts adores you, and I know you're worried about Pine." He pauses, leaning back in the chair with a soft smile. "But I promise you, if no one else, I'm with you till the end of the line. Always." Tearing up a little, Professor Darling reaches up to wipe a tear from her good eye. Having Raine around to support her was something that was much needed. They'd have each other's back no matter what. Together, they'd do everything in their power to aid in the search for Pine and make things right again. "Thank you," Darling flashes a smile, and for once, since Pine's disappearance, it was genuine. I think these are so great. So awesome. Yeah, if you guys want to send me fan fiction or any kind of fan fiction, whether it relates to like the main professor stories or it's something that you wrote just completely on your own, perfectly fine. Feel free to send it to me on Instagram. And yeah, I think they're great. So hope to continue reading more of them. And yeah, that's all I got. See you guys on TikTok.